So here's a guy in complete denial about what's happening in the world today. Trump re-election won't affect Liberal government's climate change strategy. Nope, still oil and gas caps. Carbon tax going up, even though there's no carbon tax in the U.S., even under Joe Biden. There won't be under Donald Trump.
I'm a liberal and a proud socialist, Mr. Speaker.
And Donald Trump's going to laugh at us. Okay, you guys don't want to produce oil and gas that we can buy? Fine. Well, I guess we'll buy it from Saudi Arabia. Of course, Donald Trump would rather buy it from Canada. And most Americans would rather fuel up with Canadian oil and gas than they would with Saudi oil and gas. Because Canadian gas is a lot more ethical. This is a democracy here, sort of. Even under Trudeau, it's sort of a democracy, and it will be again with a new government. But Guilbeault is living in a different world. Two different worlds. We live in two different worlds. That's what he's living in here. And he is completely at odds with reality. Now, Donald Trump is not going to be signing, he's going to be taking the U.S. out of the World Health Organization. He'll take the U.S. out of these Paris Accords again. They're doing what they need to do, to reduce their emissions. They don't need a carbon tax. It's completely ineffective. It's Guilbeault's idiocy. It's Justin Trudeau's idiocy. But for these people to say they're not going to change, they're going to continue to strangle our oil and gas sector. This is insane. So what's he up to here? And I got to show you this. Trudeau government backs talks for a levy on shipping to help developing nations fight climate change. Now, this is Guilbeault's latest piece of idiocy. Obviously, Trudeau's behind it. When I read this the other day and I thought, what in the hell is this? I mean, what is he trying to do here? And, I'm not entirely sure what this thing is about, but it's very bad news. It is extremely bad news, and there's more of it here. Guilbeault proposes new global carbon tax on maritime shipping. So what this amounts to is money laundering. Doesn't take much to look at this. It's called Gaia. According to Guilbeault, the new fund will include direct grants as well as long-term loans with the goal of getting $2 billion from private sources as well as the government. And where is the money going? Somewhere in the third world. Does that sound to you like something like money laundering? It's going to go into a bank account someplace in the third world so they can have easier access to shipping? What is this? Is insane. US $1.48 billion blended finance platform for climate projects. This is exactly what they are up to here. I have another slide I wanted to show you. Here. And this one is not. This one's not loading. Sorry about that. But this is absolutely insane. And if we have a look at this, this is a recipe for government overreach. Not to mention another tax. Guilbeault is the tax master in terms of you giving him his money. And I can't believe he would even introduce this after the story broke in the Western Standard last week about him being accused of siphoning. And we'll have that slide I can probably get. I want to show you this again. And I'm a little short-handed here today. Sorry about that. There we go. This one. By the way, I hope you all had a chance to watch me on Viva Fry yesterday. That was a tremendous experience. Yeah. Guilbeault accused of siphoning $254 million to his own company. So when he comes up with this scheme of taxing shipping to give it to third world countries, gives it an acronym that nobody even knows what it stands for, and yet he's just been accused of siphoning $254 million to his own company, and yet he's proposing now that we raise $2 billion and give it to the third world someplace, to a bank account in the third world. This guy is completely out of his element. And it just amazes me the Canadians are putting up with him as they do. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, folks. Don't listen to Justin Trudeau. We need this kind of attitude in Canada right now because let me tell you, Justin Trudeau will fight tooth and nail to stay as leader of the Liberal Party and as Prime Minister of Canada, and he will use every trick in the Liberal handbook to do that. So we have to be vigilant, and we have to have perseverance to fight this battle to the end. As I've been saying since this station went on the air, we need to resolve to resist. And we need to fight for our free speech and our democratic rights to say what we believe, to speak, as John Diefenbaker said. And don't forget that t-shirt that's available out there in the store. I speak as a free Canadian, free to speak, free to believe in what I choose. And Justin Trudeau is not going to interfere with that. Thanks for being a part of the KRAYDEN'S Right Resistance, and we'll see you again soon.
So we are in a very precarious position in this country. We need a political change, but we also need to resolve to resist.